So welcome back to another video. This is Max from maxjancar.com, and in this one, I'll go over the stages of a rebound relationship. But first, so we're all on the same page about what we're discussing, what even is a rebound? Well, here's how I define it. A rebound relationship is a relationship we enter right after or soon after our breakup to suppress or escape our pain and feel less lonely, or to make our ex jealous, get revenge, and prove to them how much better off we are without them. Now, for these reasons, it's not hard to assume that rebounds are short-lasting, dysfunctional, and shallow. And most of the time, you are completely correct about that. To my knowledge, about 90% of rebound relationships are just that. Short, shallow, and very dysfunctional. Now, each rebound relationship follows 5 different stages. Number 1, the pre-rebound stage. Now, basically in this stage, the person that was pushed away from their ex or vice versa, whether that's the dumpy or the dumper, they start to date. Some do it out of excitement. Some do it out of fear and anxiety because they're lonely, they just want someone to have a connection with again, things of that nature. Very unhealthy reasons to date, by the way. Obviously, there are a few key differences between the dumpy and the dumper during this stage, and that main difference is that the dumpy will obviously have a much more emotionally turbulent time than the dumper. Now, after the person finds someone while they are dating and get into a relationship with them, then comes the second stage of a rebound relationship, which is the honeymoon stage, it lasts basically about 6 months to 1 year. In this stage, two people can't get enough of each other. They always want to kiss, be together, fuck each other. They are very passionate about one another. They exaggerate each other's positive aspects and tend to overlook each other's negative aspects. Now, sometimes these things lead to problems like sleeping disorders or eating disorders. You see people not getting enough sleep because they constantly think about and obsess over their new partner. You see people not eating for the same reason. And sometimes these problems spiral out of control and lead to codependency and major jealousy issues. And it's from there, if the two people can't handle these feelings, that conflicts arise. And it's during that time that we get into the third stage of a rebound relationship, the conflicts and reality stage. Now, when it comes to the reality part, basically during this stage, two people will start to see the brass tacks of who they're dealing with, who their partner really is, and whether or not that person is genuinely compatible and whether or not they genuinely have chemistry with them. Now, the second part, the conflict part of this stage, usually manifests itself through, two people starting to argue because of a conflict in values, which inevitably comes, and then based on those arguments, accepting whether they can live with compromises, whether they can handle things well, whether they can maybe even let a few of the arguments go, or they conclude the arguments are too much, the pain is too severe, and they go down the fourth stage of our rebound relationship. This stage is the nostalgia and comparison stage, and it's essentially the stage that two people, because of all their problems and arguments and conflict that seems they cannot resolve no matter what they do, they start comparing their partner, so each other, with their exes. So this can mean that a person might start to reminisce about how much better things were with their ex. Even though that's not always the case, it's usually our kind of mind's trick to make ourselves feel better about leaving a relationship that isn't working, which you could argue is a good thing. And while comparison is actually a normal phenomenon in most relationships, especially at the beginning, you always are gonna have a few instances where you compare your current partner with one of your ex-partners. It's normal. What's not normal, however, is letting that comparison cycle become obsessive. And that's what this fourth stage of a rebound relationship is essentially characterized by. Now, if the arguments persist, if the comparisons and the reminiscing of the past persists, and resentment begins to build up, well, two people come into our last and final fifth stage of a rebound relationship, which is the epiphany stage. And this stage basically really plays out in two majorly different ways. Either two people accept that they have a toxic relationship, that they aren't compatible, that they don't have the right chemistry, that they're basically just not a good fit, and they break up. Or on the flip side, they come to the opposite conclusion, that they do have actually a lot in common, and that they can accept each other's flaws and make compromises on values and basically life areas where they don't have the right compatibility. Well, in those cases, those people actually stay together, and what started as a rebound actually becomes a real healthy relationship that actually has the potential to last and stand the test of time. So that does it for this video. Hope these descriptions of our 5 stages of a rebound were helpful. If you want more info on getting back with your ex, download my reattraction cheat sheet, link in the description down below. Go grab it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.